Did we just accidentally get told that the Haunted Mask and Horrorland are going to be appearing in the new Goosebumps TV show? Okay, so here's what happened. An Instagram account called Sabrina Makeup posted a short that showed some behind the scenes footage from the new Goosebumps TV show. It was basically just a fun little collection of pictures and clips of the cast and crew of Goosebumps, but there was something very interesting in the background of one of the clips. One of the clips must have been in like the makeup or costume section of the production, and in the background you see a mirror, and on it are some very interesting pictures. On the background there are book covers for Night of the Living Dummy, Be Careful What You Wish For, Stein Tinglers, Say Cheese and Die, Goosebumps 1 at the Haunted Mask, Welcome to Dead House, and One Day at Horrorland. Now I know some people have been saying that this 100% confirms that all these characters and monsters are going to be appearing in the new Goosebumps show. I don't necessarily doubt that, but this also doesn't have me sold quite yet. Because if it is true that we're going to be seeing Welcome to Dead House, Goosebumps Horrorland, The Haunted Mask, then why is Stein Tinglers up there? Is this going to be like the Steinverse or something? We're going to see like Fear Street and Mostly Ghostly and Bananas. There's also a random G up there, which makes me think this might just be a decoration that the makeup artist or someone back there decided to throw up. But again though, if it was just for decoration, then why would they pick these specific books? The choice of which books they included on here too is kind of interesting. Like they have the Night of the Living Dummy reprint that came out I believe in 2008, but they have the original Welcome to Dead House up there. Likewise, they have the reprint of Say Cheese and Die, but the original cover for Be Careful What You Wish For. Don't get me wrong, I definitely would love to see Horrorland and the Haunted Mask, Slappy of course, in the new Goosebumps TV show, but I'm just not 100% sold that because we see these book covers in the background of a behind the scenes video means that we are for sure, definitely, no questions asked, we are going to see them in the new show. Something that's very interesting though is what we see below the book covers. It's difficult to make out, but it looks like there's 3 like masks or sculptures right below the book covers. My thought is that these must be pictures of like the monsters that are going to be appearing in the show, maybe even the Haunted Mask. Seeing these as well is also giving me flashbacks to The Unloved from the original Haunted Mask. So does this mean that in addition to the Haunted Mask, we might also be seeing the other evil masks from the Haunted Mask book? We'll have to find out. Now, even more interesting is below those 3 images is some really like, I don't even quite know what it is, but they honestly kind of look like ventriloquist dummies. I don't know, they kind of have that wooden kind of like, just that dummy sort of face, and it's very intriguing. They don't really look like Slappy, but then again, that could just be because we're seeing a very small image from, you know, a ways away. Now, I know just a little bit ago I had my doubts that we're gonna see, you know, the Haunted Mask, Horrorland, Be Careful What You Wish For, and all that in the show. Like, I don't think this 100% confirms it, but a lot of these do make sense. Obviously, we had that leak poster, and I mean, that's basically, that has to be Slappy. I'd be shocked if it wasn't. And, you know, he's the most popular Goosebumps monster, so we all kind of knew Slappy's gonna be in it, you know, so. Be Careful What You Wish For is kind of interesting because it's not necessarily the most popular Goosebumps book, but it actually does make sense based on other information we've gotten about the new Goosebumps show. In one of the casting announcements, it said that the actress Rachel Harris is going to be playing the mother of Jeff, who is one of the 5 high schoolers the show is going to be centered around. The interesting thing about that announcement is it said that Rachel Harris's character, Nora, is someone who dabbles in sorcery. Remember in the book, Be Careful What You Wish For, the plot is about a character named Samantha who meets this woman called Clarissa who grants her 3 wishes. I wonder if the Nora character is going to be maybe playing kind of like a Clarissa type character. Based on the description of Nora dabbling in sorcery and now seeing the picture of Be Careful What You Wish For on that mirror, it makes me wonder if the Nora character is going to be kind of like Clarissa in Be Careful What You Wish For, or there'll be some sort of connection between Be Careful What You Wish For and Nora in the new Goosebumps show. Say Cheese and Die is another one that's a pretty safe bet will be featured in the new Goosebumps show because we saw in that second poster it was the 9 Polaroid cameras, just like what the camera from Say Cheese and Die does. Haunted Mask is definitely the oddball one to see up there. I mean, it wouldn't be super surprising if it's in the new Disney Plus show because, you know, Haunted Mask is probably, in my opinion, the second most popular Goosebumps monster behind Slappy, so I mean, it wouldn't be a shock for them to include Haunted Mask in the new show. But at the same time, we haven't had any signs that Haunted Mask is going to be in the new show. There was that mask that we saw in both the first leak poster and the second one, but my conclusion was that mask is the mask that the Phantom wears in Phantom of the Auditorium. I don't know. At the same time, I say all that, but again, we actually haven't seen a whole lot from the new Goosebumps TV show. Just a few announcements, a few pictures here and there, and of course leaked posters. So I mean, the Haunted Mask could easily be included, we just have no idea yet. Who knows, maybe once the trailer comes out, the Haunted Mask will be there front and center. Welcome to Dead House is another one that's a little bit odd, kind of like the Haunted Mask. The only thing that we've really seen that would lead me to believe that Welcome to Dead House will be featured in the new show is that on the second poster, there was a photograph of a kind of creepy old house. It didn't look a ton like the house that we saw in the original Welcome to Dead House book cover, but at the same time, the show creators might be kind of doing their own thing with the new show. The last one is Horrorland. Now, here's what I think is going to happen. I think the creators are planning on doing a second season because we've seen pictures of the cast on set and they're wearing, Goosebumps stuff, but it says specifically Goosebumps Season 1. Even this reel that we're looking at right now literally says Goosebumps Season 1 at the top. I know that doesn't necessarily mean that we're for sure going to get a second season, because I mean, if the show doesn't do well, then I don't see why Disney would bother making a second season. But I do think the creators are anticipating that they will get renewed for a second season, just because, why would you say Season 1, rather than just saying the new Goosebumps show, if you weren't anticipating making a second season. I say all that because I'm predicting that at the end of this first season of the new Goosebumps TV show, they're going to tease Horrorland at the end. Like, they're going to get rid of all the monsters, save the day, and then all of a sudden it's like, Horrorland is coming or something. My main reason for that is just like, you could have an entire season of Goosebumps, I feel, just with Horrorland, just because that's its own world basically. Horrorland's massive, so I just think the show would be really full if you had, Slappy, Welcome to Dead House, Say Cheese and Die, The Phantom of the Auditorium, The Cuckoo Clock of Doom, Be Careful What You Wish For, and then also Horrorland on top of that, just because Horrorland, again, is a place that could be an entire season on its own, just because it's so massive. There's so much you can do with that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it'll be kind of like there's a different villain for each episode. So maybe one episode is Slappy, one episode is Say Cheese and Die, one is the Phantom, and then maybe one episode is the Horrorland episode. We'll have to see, and I definitely do want to see all these monsters, the Haunted Mask, Be Careful What You Wish For, Say Cheese and Die, all that. All I can really say is I'm just dying for the trailer and ultimately for the show to get released, just because we've been getting so many questions and things here and there, so much speculation. I want some answers now. I have a feeling the trailer is going to be dropping very, very soon, so to get caught up on everything that's been happening with the new Goosebumps TV show, watch this playlist.